Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. This is First Impressions. I am Oatmeal, and although this is an FPS, I will be your kind of host for today's FPS, because we have a sort of introduction going on. The professor is bringing two friends over from the planet Darth, where he used to spend a lot of time. He recently reunited with them in the... well, there will be an audio for it, but for right now there's a fic called Companions, so you can see that reunion if you like. But he is bringing Tarry, Mulligan, and Jarah Smythe to Einquell. And he had previously told the Aberration Investigator chat, I might invite some friends over, some very old friends from very far away, never seen Einquell. I won't be gone long. So, sure enough, in maybe like 2 days, he comes back with a message saying he's at the teleportation station. And that is indeed where he has parked the Ellipsis. What are your characters doing, and how do you guys react to the professor in the chat, roughly?
Do we just want to go from top to bottom?
Yes.
Alright, in that case...
Oh,
wait,
that's
no,
me.
I'm not first. Hang on.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait a minute. That's me.
Do we want to do our introductions with this, too?
Yes, please. I, kind of went over that, didn't I?
Brain cells. Oh, good. Okay, hi. My name is Spec, or Spectral Haunts. I will be playing one private investigator, Grim Tome, who is currently sipping on coffee. So if you hear coffee sounds, that's totally him.
Just good fool.
Very method of you.
Just method acting, you know.
I don't think you actually answered the question. Like, how... Can you repeat it, Oatmeal?
Oh, yeah, how did your character react to what the professor, said in the chat? What are they doing in reaction to this?
I'm trying to summarize Tome's thoughts outside of just the phrase Cain instinct.
You could just say, what he is doing, not what he's thinking, if you like. Let actions speak for it.
Yeah. See, that's the problem, is what he's doing is just calmly getting his coffee, getting stuff together, preparing to meet these people.
The fact that he's doing something calmly is telling, so go on.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's like making sure he looks pretty decent. He's gonna head over to Villestown because he knows nobody ever comes to where he lives.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happens at Toontown.
I'm sorry, Tome. You live in the, dingy part of Toontown.
Nobody ever visits him in the middle of
Tanguy, who lives in Toontown, lives in perpetual fear of the plot. It can happen to you.
Yeah, no. So he probably headed over there a bit early, which is definitely why he's on his third cup of coffee.
Early how? Because basically the professor sends a message, and that's all you get. There's no meet at this time. It's just, I'm here now.
Yeah, though, the moment that message happens.
Okay, got it.
He's, manifesting himself there.
Old,
yeah.
all TV special effects just, overlay into their fade in.
You
Yeah.
thought the Ellipsis could time travel? What? But no, he probably just like very calmly wakes up, goes, gets his stuff, and then it's just, yes, I'm still keeping the third cup of coffee. That is still true. How did he get through 3 cups of coffee already? You don't want to know.
The power of the bit.
The power of the bit. You know,
It's a tune.
Nice.
Tome is going to
there's
go back
smear
to
frames
sipping.
involved.
Oh, there's so many spirit frames involved. Tome is going to go back to sipping coffee now.
All right.
Okay, hi, I'm Avi. I'll be playing 2, technically 3 characters. I've got Arata Satomi, and I've got Detective Shiro Azumi. I also have Genevieve. He's here somewhere.
I assume either in Arata's bag or on his shoulder.
Yeah, the cat is in the bag. He won't be for very long.
Yeah.
I want to say Arata spent the night, like, yesterday Professor put in the message that, like, he was bringing some friends over. Arata spent the night making food.
Aww.
Because of course he does.
Aww.
Bless him.
He's so... Oh.
Don't call him perfect. This man ate a dirty carrot.
Oi, you acting like that is not prime
He's very...
It's not his whole character, but it is part of his character anyway.
He's very sweet.
He can also be a sweetheart.
Yeah.
But yeah, he spent the night cooking. He probably made his world famous curry. He I think after that he went to bed, of course, but I want to say he tried to check in on Camille, because he saw Camille wanted to join in yesterday, but like Fletch couldn't make it for health reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the idea is that Camille isn't feeling well enough.
Yeah. Overslept or something.
Camille has been struck
with
the death.
Camille got caught up, either that or Camille got caught up in a murder case on the way.
Man.
That would be so funny.
Oh, damn it, not again. Can't believe this. What's with this child?
Anyway.
Don't worry.
It happens.
But he does come with Genevieve, who of course is going to come along with him. But he's also bringing Azumi, because Azumi, even though he did not respond to the chat, you know that John Mulaney bit that's like, and we all collectively decided to get up and destroy the place.
Yes.
I want you to imagine that. He has decided to get up and embarrass this old man.
Honestly, he should.
Or at the very least mess with him.
No, embarrass him.
So they get there probably like a little bit before time. Arata's got Genevieve in the bag. There's a little kitty cat in there who's poking his head out, looking at everyone.
Baby.
Puppy.
And Azumi's just disappointed Camille can't be there.
Oh.
Azumi voice, I can't believe I have to deal with all you chuckle fucks and I don't even have my emotional support, Camille.
Goodness.
Kit.
Hello, everyone. I am Cartoon Kitsune, and I will be playing as my gals, the Mirror System, and Angelique. I think for today, Lyra's probably the one who's fronting, so she's got her glasses and whatnot. I'm guessing, I'm kind of debating like whether she'd have been at the manor or if like maybe for the sake of convenience she happened to be staying over at the house in Villestown at Leo's place. I guess she does that occasionally, so.
Yeah, or she could have just been in town conveniently, or well, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We'll just leave it to convenience. This is Einquell.
Exactly. One way or another, she's gonna be there, and when she sees the tech, she is like immediately heading over to the station. I think, as per usual, Xavier probably drops her off and then finds somewhere to park the carriage elsewhere. So he'll be off,
Doing
wherever.
something else. Nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
and
she is very excited to, both she and Angelique are very excited to see Prof again. Probably a little bit nervous, because I think that's probably the reason why Lyra's fronting at the moment, because the girls get a bit nervous when they're meeting new people and they want to make a good first impression and all that.
Yeah.
And so they usually leave that to Lyra.
I whooped him, kid. I whooped him.
they're very good.
Yeah, they're doing their best.
Their best is amazing. I love all these little guys.
Aww.
All right, Argee.
All right, and does that leave me? Because All right, great. Hi, I'm the last on the list. Hi, I'm Argee, and I am playing my. You know him already, probably. If you don't, well, you're about to be in for something. I am playing Tanguy Leroux once again. My silly little fox man who, he is equal parts, distinguished, librarian-ish, and equal parts, just some feral beast, just with like an energy that needs to be released, and both of those sides are just like in huge tension with each other. It's just a wild thing, but he's here. He's here. He knows Prof because of a text 12 ES, but it's still ongoing. But yeah, he's here too because he likes formalities. He likes to introduce people to things.
Yeah.
Funny little autism man. I don't know.
I've missed him. I've missed him.
He's a native of Einquell and and a Toon, and therefore feels responsible for introducing new real kind or whatever.
And
basically.
A little bit more normal than whatever the
Other Toons?
whatever the fuck the detectives are.
I'm just looking at Tanguy like a little bit more normal. What? Just
I say normal,
like other folks in this group.
Yeah, I say normal in the sense of like in compared to like the detectives, like.
Well, yeah, but every single last.
There's only two detectives here.
Well, yeah, but I feel like Aurelia and Angelique. I feel like the mirror system and Angelique are the only ones here who have nothing wrong with them. Is the thing.
Arata. No, Arata has something wrong with him. Never mind.
I'm like,
Yeah,
take
certainly.
that back, Avi. I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, Lyra is like, normal human girl, but like she does also have like what essentially appears to be like a miniature version of herself with wings on her shoulders. So
Nobody in
close
this
to being normal human.
Nobody in this chat is free of trauma.
Exactly. Nah. When I say normal, I meant Tonguy's not gonna walk up and be like, "Have you heard this interesting murder fact of the day?"
Man.
Yeah, he won't do that. Obviously, he's not. He's not like unhinged in that way.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Don't worry.
He has.
Of course, yes.
All right. Okay. So we have. I think it would be funny if people arrived like pretty close in time to each other. We do have Tome and Arata and Azumi probably reaching it first. Lyra and Angelique, just because they were probably a little bit out of the way. Right. Maybe last, but like it's probably within the same like 5 minutes that y'all show up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you are at the teleportation station. It is busy as per usual. It's around like 10 a.m. It's a very nice spring day. And the Ellipsis it's there.
Wow.
You actually didn't see it arrive, because it's just been there.
It was always there.
Something
Always
like
been
that.
there.
Something like that. But yeah, pretty soon, like, you guys are out there. And the door opens, and this human woman kind of looks out and then like ducks back a little bit, like, oh, there's people and they're looking.
Tanguy sheepishly, Tanguy just waved like, hello.
Lyra also gives like a polite little wave.
Tome sips his coffee.
The
He has
professor
become coffee.
the professor quickly comes like behind her, basically like shooing her and this human fella out the door, and closing the ellipsis behind them. And Tarry basically immediately is like blinking at the surroundings, like he's been put into like a bright room.
In his defense.
Yes, indeed. So, Professor just puts a hand on each of their shoulders and gestures to, just kind of like pats them on the shoulders and gestures to everything, and says, let's see, I'm looking at my notes.
That's a mood. I'm sorry, what a mood.
He's got a sort of like smug and delighted look as they're like sort of like gawping at the surroundings, and he says, "Welcome to Einquell, the land of the living cartoons."
Tanguy does like a little flourish and like look at himself like so proud. Like there's probably like some little sparks there. I don't know why he's like this. It's deeply him.
Hey,
coffee.
a thought just occurred to me.
Yes.
Between Tanguy and Tome, does that mean Tome is the straight man?
How dare you curse at him?
I was gonna say it's Tome, so he's not that straight.
How dare you curse
Well,
at him?
relatively, I think. Like,
See, here's the thing, is Tome can play the straight man. Especially in his earlier appearances, he was very much the straight man of the group.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have just slowly unhinged him. However,
those hinges back on.
this is the
I feel like
friends.
yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
Tanguy sees himself as a straight man. However, there's something very deeply wrong with him that just makes him like so inconsistent sometimes. So it's just like,
And we love
what's
that
with
for him.
him?
We love that.
So
for
what
him.
are your characters doing? Because basically Tarry is like, my word, and Jarah like just like looking around, kind of like taking everything in, especially looking you guys over, because clearly you are the people that the professor knows that he at some point alluded to.
Hi, welcome to Einquell. Currently you're standing in UPA specifically, but it's really nice to meet you. Arata's gonna extend a hand.
Oh, terribly sorry. Excuse me. Tarry will put his hand out, give you a smile, and shake it firmly. Pleasure to meet you, old chap. I'm Terry Sullivan, at your service.
Arata Satomi. This is Detective Shiro Azumi. He's gonna gesture. This is Private Investigator Grim Tome.
Tome nods.
This is Aurelia and why am I blanking on her name? Angelique.
I think Lyra gives like a little curtsy in hello, and Angelique just waves.
And Tanguy.
In the split second that there was like an off-screen moment while Tanguy wasn't on screen, then it goes on screen and it's just like Tanguy is now just like doing a pose, just like hand on, like just laying down, hand like knee up, hand just like laying down on his side, like propping his head up by his, and just like, hey, there's something so wrong with this man.
There's inexplicably a spotlight on him for some reason. Where did it come from?
Yeah,
Who knows?
The power of the bit.
Yeah.
Why is he doing this?
And this little guy, and he's gonna point at the cat who is now looking over his shoulder. This little guy is Genie.
Hello. Now tell me, Avi. Do they understand Genie?
They've been to Dalcor, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah, Genie just you inexplicably hear Genie just go, well, hi there.
I was begging they would be able to understand the cat.
Yes.
He just sort of like eyes widen and like sort of like he had sort of like jumped at the spotlight and then he's just sort of like again kind of kind of like taken aback by Genie. So he just sort of like but he's like still trying to be polite, so he he's kind of like self-consciously like he's like put his hand to his head like, oh my goodness, and he's like, well, hello. And he sort of like takes a step towards the professor and taps his shoulder, and he's like,
yes,
yeah, Professor, is this real?
It's as real as it gets.
Well,
I feel like at the same time Tanguy says this is as real as it gets, Tome just goes no.
no.
He just looks at him and gives him a death glare, just like.
I mean,
Tome just calmly sips his coffee. He said nothing.
I mean, we're real kind. These two aren't.
Real kind?
Like
Non-tunes.
Not. He just sort of like he just sort of like looks at you and he's like, you're not just an illusion. And then he looks at the professor. They're not just illusions. Like,
Tome takes in a very slow sip of his coffee. Professor, did you give them any sort of, I don't know, context or preface or
no,
literally any information about tunes before you did this to them?
Nope. It's funnier this way. I'll explain later.
You're the
he's
worst.
right. It is.
Tanguy nods
funnier.
knowingly. Why does he do this? What happened to you after How to Be Funny 101, sir? This is not you, but it is you. Continue, please.
So I'm not
Azumi.
seeing things.
Azumi goes, Tome, you should pinch him.
Oh no.
Tanguy nods.
That would require me to stop drinking my coffee. We haven't reached that point of the day yet.
He just looks at him.
Angelique chimes in with like, "You only need one hand to hold your coffee."
Tome, can I meet you back here? And he's gonna reach over for the coffee.
Oi. Wait, not oi. He wouldn't say oi. Sorry, that's something I picked up from another character of mine in a different server. Hey, don't touch the coffee. It weighs 1,000,000 pounds, don't you know?
Literally?
He gives
What coffee shop
Tome
are you
the
going
flattest
to?
look.
Emotionally, it weighs 1,000,000 pounds.
Are you alright? I'm sorry, this happens a lot. I'm sorry, this hangs here. Are you alright?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm only on my third
Oh.
cup. I haven't had a fourth cup.
Tome, I think
I'll
that's
never
the weight of
understand you coffee
reality on
drinkers.
your shoulders.
Tome snorts into his coffee. You did break him in his straight man act at that.
What did he say?
Azumi just said, Tome, I think that's the weight of reality on your shoulders.
That does get Tome to break his straight man act and snort into his coffee.
Actually, that does make me wonder, is reality heavier in this world than it is in other worlds?
Let's not think about that.
I mean,
Anyways.
sense, wouldn't it?
Sorry for the little, seriousness there.
Oh,
You can't do seriousness. It doesn't work for you.
I used to. And then I met all of you, chucklefucks.
Tongue just standing there like he was a part of it. They only met once.
Tarry does raise his eyebrows at your language.
Oh, stars.
Oh, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, it's just
Oh,
like, come
you
on,
are in
we're all
for it.
adults here, except for maybe Aurelia.
You're all...
Yeah, for real.
You are... Good sir, you're here for a wonderful surprise here in Einquell.
Don't
Good luck.
say it like that! Oh my god!
That does make it sound rather threatening.
If you
Tome,
cannot...
actually, I changed my mind. Stop talking altogether.
I was gonna say, while
goodness.
the gang is kind of bantering off to the side, Lyra was gonna kind of come in and say, "So I take it, you don't have tunes where you come from, then?"
Oh, no, we don't. I've never seen people like this. This is new.
You know,
Imagine
it
it
can
would
be,
be.
but it can be a bit surprising. There weren't any tunes where I used to live as well, so it's certainly takes a bit of getting used to. It's quite the lively country, to say the least.
I see. Oh, I'm Jarah Smythe, by the way. And, she holds out her hand to shake with a smile.
Lyra will shake it. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Smythe.
And you're, Aurelia? That's right?
Yes, that's correct. And this is Angelique. Angelique just kind of waves and like, hi.
Hello. She doesn't quite, like, seem, fully to know what to make of Angelique, but she's being polite.
She's
The girls
doing
need to
her
roll
fucking
insight, or
best.
can they tell that, like, she's kind of looking at her like she's never seen something like Angelique before?
We can, if you guys like, we could have just, like, everyone roll insight once, and then I can go off of those.
Alright?
And give you tidbits here and there.
Oh, good, I am on it.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that when I changed his character sheet, his insight dropped from a plus 13. I was very confused briefly why it was the plus 12. I was like, what the... When did that happen?
I'm also gonna roll for my characters, which is interesting to...
Oh man. Once again, Lyra can't see a dang thing. Meanwhile, Angelique gets a nat 20.
Nah. Oh, that's the wrong channel.
Arata! You stupid motherfucker.
The map?
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what this is.
Is Azumi being extra again?
Oh, I forgot to mark it. No, I was saying Arata. Arata's got a 6 on the dice.
Arata
He's
is
just
the
vibing, man.
biggest mood here.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were a cleric. That doesn't.
God,
You
that's
did
such
the.
a...
You switched the R and the exclamation point.
I did. Got it.
I missed you guys. You're all so amazing.
It's been a hot minute
Yeah.
since I've done an FPS at all.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
a while, yeah.
Same.
I've been living in a different server.
Same. And also, moving killed me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would kill you. But you survived. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
You're stronger for it.
Okay.
Jarah over there with like whatever that is.
Jarah.
Yeah, so we have Angelique, nat 20, Tome, 16, Prof, 19, Azumi, 21. I presume that's Arata, 12.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Genie.
Let me see here. Tarry got 20 and Jarah got 28.
Tanguy got an 18 and Lyra got a 10.
Yeah.
Ye.
18 and... Okay, I see. I missed those.
What's
Yeah, they're above them.
No worries.
your insight? Okay.
Okay, so as for Jarah's sort of like slight confusion about what Angelique's situation is, Angelique can pick up on it. Lyra does not at all. So make of that what you will.
Right on, yeah. Angelique kind of like narrows her eyes and is like, wait. Well, actually, I think it's more like, God, what did she say? Words.
Real.
She kind of like flutters up to Jarah with her little wings and kind of like gives her a look right back, like, you've never seen anything like me before either, have you?
She sort of tilts her head. No, I can't say that I have, exactly. I've seen some strange things, but, well, sorry, I don't mean to call you strange, it's just, no, I haven't.
He kind of just giggles, like, nah, that's alright, I am pretty unique.
Are you two related?
The girls kind of exchange a look, and it's like, kinda, sorta, it's a little complicated, but the short answer is yes.
Oh, right. Well, that explains the resemblance, at least.
Yeah.
Tome right now in my head is just sweating like, oh, they're not gonna survive Einquell.
Tanguy, meanwhile, just sitting here, me music playing, he doesn't know. Smiles.
He doesn't know, gang. He doesn't know.
His ass does not know.
Yeah.
That is true, very much for a lot of aspects of him. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, I think Angelique's gonna like straight up ask like, so are you guys from Albinon or something? Cause you seem kind of out of the loop with magical stuff in general, and between that and the accents.
I don't know Albinon. Well, we're from Darth. And she sort of like throws a glance to the professor, and he chimes in like, they're from rather further away than most people, and like gives Lyra a wink.
Yeah, her eyes widen a little and she nods, like, yeah, she gets it. Oh, well, no wonder, Einquell's, so surprising to you. I'm sure where you come from must be completely different.
Well, what's amazing are the similarities. I mean, the fact that she sort of just like gestures to the town like it looks completely different, but the layout, it's much more similar than some of the other ones I've seen. It makes sense. You've got roads, you've got, well, carriages, albeit not automobiles. Street lamps. I mean, recognizable features. Just different looking.
Oh, we do have automobiles. They're just not very common around here.
Oh, I see.
Depends on the area.
Mm.
My hometown has plenty of them.
And depending on your definition of automobiles, either you will be driving them or they will drive you themselves.
What?
Home
Oh,
story.
right, I forgot about those. Why do I keep forgetting about those?
I
No.
cannot forget about those. Tome says with a 1,000-yard stare.
Some of them are
Okay.
people too. Let's just put it that way.
They're people.
The vehicles
Two
are
cars.
sentient.
She's just got a kind of look on her face of like, wow, damn, like hadn't considered that.
If you can think of it, there's a non-zero chance there's a sentient form of it somewhere here in Einquell.
She sort of like opens her mouth and closes it, and then shakes her head like, I'm not sure I should think about that too much.
Don't worry, you
That'd
will
probably be
get
for the
used
best.
to it.
Just be glad you haven't run into a musical number yet.
Oh.
Do not wish that upon us. I do not feel like singing.
Well, if we don't run into it, I'm sure he's going to start one himself.
Don't encourage him. Don't encourage
Well,
him.
he hardly needs the encouragement.
Yeah, you would, you bard, huh?
Yeah, Lyra very quietly off to the side. I mean, I wouldn't mind singing if we started one.
he
Tanguy is just standing here. What is going on in his head? He might sing.
Tome voice, if I sing, I'm deeply sick.
What did he say?
I said tone voice. He's not saying this out loud. If
Oh.
I sing, I'm deeply sick.
Oh my goodness.
Call the ambulance.
All right, I'm gonna take a quick aside to give you guys a few insights.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hey.
Now that we've kind of gotten through a piece of conversation, so let's see. I'd say people who got a 15. People who got below a 15 notice these things. Jarah is attentive. The two of them both seem to be very familiar with the professor and comfortable around him. Jarah is very attentive and curious and seems to be fairly flexible, like open-minded, willing to understand new things that challenge her worldview, while Tarry seems a little more like, that's not right, like, what? he's a little he's a little harder to it's a little harder for him. But they also, you can notice that they seem to sort of interact more naturally with the human-looking people here than Tanguy and Tome, for which they don't seem entirely sure what to do. Whereas they have assumed that the rest of y'all, with the exception of Angelique, are human, and they kind of like foreign, yes, but they're like, okay, I kind of know how to, like, I know how to deal with your species, sort of a deal.
Still getting the vibe on the tunes for now.
Yeah. And they both
Aye.
seem to be making an effort to be polite. As for people who rolled above a 15, let's see here. Jarah seems a bit more independent. She is clearly like analyzing things. She alright, that's a bit much for how much we've done, so I won't say that. She's
Oh no.
No, I'm just no. This is just a detail that like you could notice later, but they haven't been there long enough for you to notice. That's all. It's perfectly normal. It's just you can't have noticed that yet.
Future character traits.
Yeah. She has there's like a hint of wariness, because this is like a new place. And she occasionally does look to the professor for like cues on like what the vibe is, like this is okay. I don't know. My thought went to like guide dogs.
That is probably the funniest thing you could have said there.
Yeah, or like how they put like a dog in with a cheetah so that it doesn't feel anxious.
Still the funniest things you could say.
The cheetah or the dog?
Cheetahs are naturally very anxious, and if they but they're also like social, so if they see the dog is chill, they're like, okay, it's fine, it's not as scary as I think it is, I can be chill.
Right, I see.
Cheetahs are real for that.
Yeah. On the other hand, based on what she said and how she's reacted, it's far from her first time traveling to an astonishing place. She seems to like have a sort of idea of how to analyze things because she's done this before. Tarry, it's probably not his first time, but he's a lot less experienced. He's a bit more proper. He again doesn't quite have the imagination that Jarah seems to have. He has a sort of automatic, tiny wariness of the sort of new and different aspects here. And has been like out of the corner of his eye, like keeping tabs on the professor. But he seems, albeit confused, but very like friendly and cheery. The professor seems to adore them both. Is so happy they came with him. Had missed them, and he seems a little more buddy with Jarah than Tarry, but that's about all you can ascertain.
Mm-hmm.
And we can get back out of bullet time.
I have an idea.
Oh, yes.
Why don't we drop by the Painted Lady?
Oh, where?
Eyes emoji.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Let's just not sit at the one booth.
I think the booth is going to be the only place that has enough space for all of us.
Yes, but we have to avoid the booth. I think a plot would be a bit much for them.
Fine.
The plot? What plot?
Well, now you're just making it sound intimidating.
Well, the plot booth is intimidating.
Plot
booth?
Is.
Perhaps we should explain to them what the plot booth actually is while we're on our way there, Lyra will suggest.
Have you heard the good news of the plot?
Oh my god.
The plot is not an entity.
The plot is an entity.
Well, no,
We've discussed
plots
this.
aren't entities, but what, who's plotting?
Tome, pinches the bridge of his nose.
Oh, these are my kind of.
You go.
Say again, Argee.
Oh yeah, Tanguy was just like, these are my kind of people.
Wow. Tome kind
I
of
think it's
pinches
just saying stuff.
real of him. The bridge of his nose and just sighs. The plot is we'll say controversial subject. He kind of shoots a look at Azumi.
Professor also sort of looks off to the side.
In that some tunes and real kind believe it to be a thing, while others don't. It is more likely for a tune to believe it, but it's a whole it gets into universe and tune law and stars, Professor. I can't believe you're leaving me to. You are the worst.
Tome, hang on, I think I got this. So you know how like with books and stuff, they have like a whole bunch of stuff that will happen to the characters, sometimes back to back, and like
conflicts. Basically,
like if you were a character in a book, you would not know that like stuff is happening because of like
because you're in a story?
Yeah. But like it's not a story for us and for tunes. Things just kind of keep happening here in Einquell, if that makes sense. Because like there's a lot of energy, let's say, that goes around. Like tunes by their nature have a habit of kind of bending the rules of reality a little bit, and that can lead into some problems that affect a lot of people. And sometimes this just happens to be like, you know, kind of like your standard adventuring, hey, I need help with something. Or it can be like something kind of bigger, like that cake heist that happened a couple years ago.
I'm so sorry, so what?
Cake?
Yeah, there was like there was a couple of like these thieves that broke into a well-known cake factory and like stole like a giant cake, and like it was like all over the news for a bit.
I remember those days.
Is that what passes for crime around here?
Well,
basically.
Maybe in Toontown, Villestown does attract a lot of more, I guess you could say grounded crimes.
We have a lot of murders.
Does Tarry sort of like baps the professor on the arm? You bring us to such lovely places.
Don't snort.
Yeah, no, Arata is laughing at that.
I need you to know that Tony is now just standing here realizing he is inequipped for this situation.
This
is not how you imagined it going.
Azumi just kind of clears
Lyra
his
will like
throat.
chime in like, well, yes, that does happen occasionally around here, but I promise you it's a very nice place, as long as you don't get caught up in that sort of thing, which, well, for the most part, the average person usually doesn't, but, well, there's a bit of a saying around here that if you throw a stone, you're likely to hit at least one detective. There's quite a few in this town. There's at least 2 of them in the group right now. She kind of chuckles.
Tome smiles menacingly.
Azumi just kind of shakes his head and goes, what was that?
Tanguy was just like, Sim, what am I?
You're the standard protagonist, I guess.
Oh my god, thank god, I'm finally standard! My God. I mean, what are you going to say?
Okay, you're standard for Einquell. I don't know if that means anything for you. Anyway.
I'll
Anyway,
take it. I know.
You're saying, Avi?
Azumi kind of just shakes his head and just goes, I wouldn't worry too much about the murder rates. As far as I can tell, the population numbers has not been that affected in Villestown.
I don't even know if it's changed.
You two are detectives.
Private
Yes.
investigator, but yes.
Ooh.
I'm just a guy.
And that's wonderful
Just
of
a
you.
normal man.
It's okay, we can just be just guys together.
These guys. Yeah.
I'm also imagining that this entire conversation is happening while they're walking down the street.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think they
that's what I
probably
figure.
arrive about now and stop to take their orders and stuff, and we can say they get into their seats and they get situated.
Tome orders 2 more coffees.
Tanguy just glares at him like, what is wrong with you?
Azumi
You want the short or long list?
Both Jarah and Tarry sort of wait until the professor indicates that yes, actually, this is okay to eat before they partake. Because it's Toonish.
I love them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I was gonna
Arata,
say, like the coffee and like pastries and stuff probably have like kind of a line art look to them.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love them, Oatmeal. I
Like,
love
Arata's
them.
Just
probably
like,
like
oh,
even
they
like
don't have those, huh?
Okay.
Arata's even like trying to like give recommendations.
Mm-hmm. I think
You
Jarah
want
will
it?
take it. Tarry will go for something a little more traditional.
Does he get the black coffee? Does he join Tome in the black coffee? Is Tome finally not alone?
He's really more of a tea man.
Someday Tome will be free.
If you talk to him, you could probably convince him into a coffee. But
No, Tome would never inflict that upon someone.
yeah, no.
But yeah. Oh,
You go ahead.
I was gonna say, as a cute little aside, both the girls get coffee, but Angelique gets her. Sorry, wait, no tea. I meant to say tea. Sorry, everyone was saying coffee. But both the girls get tea, but Angelique gets her tea in like an espresso cup because it's her sized.
Excellent.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, quick. What does Tanguy get?
I think he's. Sorry, I need to turn on the OBS mic. I mean, what time of day is it?
Oh, 10:30 at the latest.
mm-hmm.
And I think he's probably just
I think
gonna
he
get a
needs a
regular
warmer
tea
cold.
then.
Huh? Hang on. Say that again, Argee.
He's gonna get a regular tea. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that works. Nice.
Yeah.
So, you go ahead.
I was thinking Arata was like rambling. Was like, yeah, like tune ingredients are pretty similar to like real kind ingredients. They just kind of like taste a little different because of like different raising methods and whatnot. And it's like this boy sure does know a lot about cooking.
And look different, I say.
I promise they're edible.
Tanguy sipping his tea, listening to Arata. Ooh, what a life.
So, you guys have been, oh, what am I gonna say here?
Take your time.
You guys are,
You were-
friends of the professor.
Well, only recently, for me personally.
Mm.
I'm afraid we're actually mortal enemies.
You should see the way.
Hey God,
they
I'm
answer
gonna
with
do
each
a whiz
other.
save to
What did
see if
I
like
miss?
Lyra starts like snort laughing at that, or if she just like does a polite little
What
laugh.
did I miss?
Gun.
I'm sorry, I told
Aw,
you he's a
dang.
little more unhinged.
Hang on,
Lyra covers
Arata,
her
you
mouth and does a
can't
polite
just.
little ladylike laugh.
Arata really did just hand me something really awful. I'm just like, hang on.
Are you gonna do that here?
I might. Hang on. Or Arata just looks at Tome and goes, I mean, with the amount of times it comes across like you guys are flirting with each other.
Hang on. I need to do something very important. Oh, no.
Tome
Going to
snorts
do
into
with
his coffee.
Tanguy. Okay. Tanguy doesn't even flinch, he just blinks in surprise. Is that what's been going on?
No,
No.
we are not. No.
Gay homosexual again.
Tome's not going to say it that they're brothers. He's letting Professor have that choice because he does know how sensitive family is a topic to Professor.
Fair.
So he's not going to be the one to say that.
Both
He may be
Tarry
an
and
ass, but
both Tarry and Jarah have like glanced at the professor at this point, like, what? And he just sort of like smiles, rolls his eyes, and shakes his head.
Oh, those people.
oh,
But to answer your question, yeah, we've been friends with the professor for a while.
Good. I'm glad. You lot have been taking good care of him.
we try.
I
doesn't
certainly
listen.
hope so.
Tanguy's just sitting there looking pretty.
Tanguy is doing his best, and I love that for him.
Aw.
Tanguy will win by doing nothing.
And Einquell, that's not exactly an untrue statement.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm good. I'm just stalling out brain.
No,
No,
maybe it's
you're real.
Do you guys know how long you're going to be staying here?
They both look at the professor, and he shrugs. I was thinking of something like an extended holiday.
Oh, then you gotta also show them around Toontown.
Oh, of course.
Thank you. Finally, some Toontown representation.
It's gonna be great.
Just perhaps warn them a bit first.
No.
Oh, so if I decide to tease them, then I am being too serious. But Tome grumbles into his coffee.
They might need a bit of primer for Toontown, admittedly. It can be a bit of an overwhelming place if you're not ready for it.
That is true.
Tanguy
maybe
nods
happiest
knowingly,
place.
looks to the side, sips tea.
Somehow.
I'm sure I can
Maybe
handle
happiest
it.
place first.
I'm sure I can
You were
handle
saying-
it.
What did you say? Avi, I wasn't able to hear you. Sorry.
Oh, Azumi was just going, maybe happiest place first, and then Toontown.
Yeah, probably. You'd think happiest place would have a bit more action than Toontown, and yet.
Well, there's no need to go easy on us. We're not that delicate.
Is that a
Alright.
challenge?
Yeah,
If you like.
Okay, how about this? There's a couple of like I guess you could say like boards around Toontown. They're always looking for people to like help out with like different stuff. You can just look around, pick one, and just go on a goddamn adventure. Sorry, God's damned adventure.
Tanguy smiles.
Uh,
He loves those boards.
We usually
He's a boards boy, is he? He is. What is going on with me?
Oh, you.
usually we just wait for something to show up on our doorstep or follow him.
he is a magnet
well.
for trouble, huh?
Yes, he is.
So you noticed.
It's kind of hard not to when he draws a scene, no matter what he does.
Azumi's not giving me words, but he's giving me a look. Like a knowing look in the professor's direction.
Everyone looking at the professor judgmentally.
He's
Like fucking
looking away innocently.
Tanguy isn't even looking, he's just sitting there, smiling. He does not know.
he doesn't know chat.
He doesn't know chat.
Oh, you could also try going to Ghibli's got like really, really nice like sceneries, like really good scenic views. I haven't been there in a while, but like they have like a whole bunch of stuff going on.
We could ask Minami about it for more information.
Oh,
I believe she visits there more.
I mean, doesn't she have family there?
I think
Me
so.
out of character? I think so. Tome would know. That's his child. Don't look at me.
I got you.
Yeah. There, Guest Ups has always got something going on, no matter like where you go. But that's also where Happiest Place, the capital is, and where Toontown is, and
Happiest place? She sort of gives like a skeptical look.
Yeah, Toons love their wordplay.
It's not like secretly a dystopia?
I mean, that depends on like how you feel about what happened with the recent oligarchy, but like whatever.
Tome makes a face.
I mean, given what some of the things I've heard about the king,
I'm just sipping, just trying to look as innocuous as possible. Just slurp.
Both of the tunes making an expression.
But we're not here to talk about politics because that's boring. And I know this guy, he points to the professor, hates boring.
Jarah looks a little disappointed.
Oh.
It's okay, I'll tell you about it later.
Thank you.
But there's also, I'm forgetting the countries in Einquell.
There's Dreamworkers, there's the Independent Isles.
Oh yeah, Dreamworkers, lovely people there. Independent Isles I actually haven't been.
I've been once.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
How many problems did you cause?
I ended up in the newspaper.
Makes sense.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I just sewed it back in again. What are you talking about?
I said I visited a place and I ended up in the newspaper. They asked how much trouble I caused.
Oh, damn.
That's a lot less than I was
Not
expecting.
even gonna roll a wisdom save for that one.
Why did he say that?
Why did he say this?
Oh my god.
The wall! It's breaking!
Oh, by the masks.
Yeah, don't worry, Rob. Move on. Move right along. It's fine.
There's some other like places that are like kind of like a little further out from the main continent, but like there are also like some really nice places like Fruit Country. We actually took a trip there a little bit ago, didn't we?
Where?
Fruit Country.
Oh yes, absolutely. Oh yes, very, very nice place.
And there's a couple of like Furuma is also kind of nice. It's the nearest continent to Einquell. Mostly real kind though. Maybe you'll have some visiting tunes there.
You two would probably find it a bit more familiar than Einquell.
That's the part of the word where I come from, actually. Lyra will chime in.
Oh yes.
Yes, specifically, well, the country I'm from is called Estrios, but I moved here about a little over a year ago.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I actually do. My house is further on the outskirts of town, but the both of you are welcome to visit as well. I have a lovely garden. I'm sure you both would enjoy seeing.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yeah. Still, yeah, me really neglecting to mention that it's like a freaking manor, not just a little house.
Yeah.
Tome's not gonna say it.
Prof isn't going to say it. He's the guy who brought
Arata
them
and
here and
Azumi are
said
gonna say
nothing.
it.
They'll find out. It'll be
Listen,
funny.
Lyra doesn't want to brag about how big her house is because that would be tactless.
Yes.
Tome just thinks it'd be funny.
Oh, yeah, a lot of, there are a lot of, like, real kind who, like, live and have always been in Einquell, but, like, most real kind that I've met have all moved here from other places. I'm actually from Yedo, and so is Azumi.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you'll be fine.
Okay, so you two are from Yedo. You're, points at Tome, from Toontown. Points at Lyra and Angelique. Strios in Faruma. And you chap, where are you from? Tanguy.
Oh, I'm from, just Einquell in general. It sounds like he's being so evasive. Wait, you mean in Toontown? Yes, no, wait. I sips his tea again, just puts it back down. Deep breath in. Phew. I live in Toontown.
Ah, I see. Jarah
Moving
sort of...
right along.
Yeah, Tarry didn't catch, like, any of the subtleties of that. Jarah is like, where the hell are you from? Like...
Yeah, that's the correct reaction to this man.
She's not gonna say anything, but, like, it's in her eyes.
Yeah. We won't roll an insight for this. It's fine. Smiles.
Yeah, no, that's...
Don't worry about it.
That's for later.
Got interrogations later.
Of course, yeah.
So, oh, you go ahead?
Oh, no, I was just gonna... I feel like I've been carrying the conversation for a while.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you want to go for it.
You've been giving good topic. That's why I haven't been interrupting.
It's been good. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
good. It's a good intro course. So, Azumi, you're a detective.
Yes, private detective, technically speaking, but I've been working with the local agency for a few years now.
Oh. What sort of cases do you work on?
Well,
Tome sipping his coffee, trying not to snort.
well, we did mention earlier that we do have quite a few murder cases in town. I also assist with those with my younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
I also
Hang
assist.
on, with your younger brother.
Yes.
Is he a detective as well?
Tome gives Azumi a look like, be careful the next words you say, you might break them.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Camille wanted to come by, but he was not able to.
We'll give him our regards. We'll probably meet him at some point. Glances at the professor, nods.
Oh, he's lovely. You'll love him.
They don't know, chat.
They don't know.
Tanguy just sitting there with a tired, weary smile on his face, just like the Grinch, but if it were even more. Yes.
The only reason Tome's not saying good luck is because that's his son, and he loves Camille.
Tanguy does not know this either.
What other cases Azumi's worked on? I also assist Detective Moria with the Aberration cases.
Aberrations?
Yes, they're a bit complicated. You might have better luck getting a full rundown from Detective Moria herself. She runs the agency. Very nice woman.
I see.
I myself happen to be the lead detective on the Spirit Rogue case.
Spirit Rogue.
Oh, he's some phantom thief from Ghetto who started to show up in Einquell. I was also the lead detective on that case when he was still in Ghetto when I was a teenager. So of course I came over here.
Oh,
Tome is not saying a word because he knows about these. He's a little familiar with these guys in the less pleasant way.
I need you to know that Arata went from :3 to angry face :3. Mischief.
Tanguy is so out of the loop with all of this. He's just sitting here, just like, yes, I love listening to these funny stories. I hope I never get involved in them. Smiles.
You know, Tome's just kind of sipping his coffee, looking away slightly.
Oh, you started young then.
Yes, about 16 or so.
Oh, that is young.
You
must be very
not
good.
gonna survive Camille.
What did you say?
You must be very good.
Thank you. I quite am.
He is.
He certainly is.
Investigator Tome is as well, and he's going to take a sip from his coffee before he can say anything else.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of cases do you work on, Investigator?
Tome kind of makes a face of confusion. It's hard to explain when you don't know much about tunes. But let's just say I specialize in cases that are more likely to affect tunes. Tome voice, I don't know how to explain to them that I investigate murders and other crimes, but it's always the kind that could only happen in tune. Like, I don't know how to explain to them the piano from the sky.
Mm-hmm. Professor chimes in, says to Jarah, he covers some of the weirder stuff. Not too unlike Turek. And at that she and nods her head. Very curious.
Oh,
Who's Tarry?
Oh, I'll take it from here. Turek is the, if I can find my fucking notes,
Real.
Professor says that.
No, it's Tarry now.
Terry!
Alright. I'm silly.
Harry.
Yeah. Turek is the United Republic's Intelligence Task Force. I happen to be a member. Miss Smythe here is just very friendly with us. And the professor is our scientific advisor. And Professor sort of makes a face.
Tome makes a face.
Arata and Azumi look at the professor, and Azumi just goes, "You didn't tell me you had a job."
I'm just sitting there, just looking with like big raised eyes and surprised. It's like, oh wow, big job.
Yeah, I think Lyra and Angelique are both looking pretty surprised too. Like they cannot imagine this man like having like a normal job.
Tome's busy being
You're just a thing that exists in the world. Why do you have a job?
Tome was.
Why are you a normal man?
Tome right now is sitting offended that you would compare him to a government. Tome voice, I know I used to be a policeman, but still, the government's pushing it.
The professor sort of he sort of picks up on his expression and gives Tome a sort of like, it's because they cover paranormal stuff, strange things, the strangest things that happen there.
Care. Government. Me.
That's not the part that I was using to compare with.
Oh sure.
Hang on, what?
Sure.
I roll a. I roll a hammer space roll with a D10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, great. Just gotta get it out. Go ahead. Wait, no, that's a D8. Oh my gosh, I just got. There we go. All right, that's a 2. Tanguy has just pulled out a bag of popcorn. It's just eating it while watching this exchange happen.
Jarah clocks it immediately, and she's like, "Where did you get that?"
You haven't even explained hammer spaces to them.
Why would I explain hammer space?
Get back
I
to
don't
eating.
know. Perhaps because it's one of the most confusing. Professor.
It's not that confusing. It's kind of like a bag of holding, except Toons just have it innately.
Well, there you go. That wasn't so hard. I'm not stupid.
Yes, you are.
Hey! Hey, don't be mean!
You just called Jarah stupid.
Don't!
Wait, not
don't-
stupid, Jarah. I thought that was Professor.
Nope, that was Jarah.
Oh, okay.
No, then Tome wouldn't have said that.
Okay.
Tome would only say that about Professor.
Okay.
Okay.
Tome likes Jarah. Jarah seems sweet.
Yeah. Tarry sort of pipes up. What's wrong with the government? Do you not like yours?
I have a complicated history with systematic forces. We'll go with that part.
All right.
Arata kind of raises his hand and just goes, not to go into my own tragic backstory, but I was arrested on false charges once, technically twice.
Oh, that's a shame.
And Azumi, the reason why Azumi is not a police informant, like a police detective anymore, is because he hated it. You know, Azumi is just kind of like gives a deep sigh.
All right. Well, that's fair enough then. I understand.
Tome's gonna pause
Mm-hmm.
and lean around and start counting the booth numbers because he's like, wait a minute, backstory just dropped. Oh gosh, we did it. We sat in the plot booth. He just kind of pauses and then sighs and lays his head on the table for a second.
Mm-hmm.
We sat in the plot booth.
How is Tony?
Hang on.
Hmm?
Well, now using the equal parts, should I be worried about this? I don't know what the plot's gonna bring up, but but he's been doing a bit of healing recently, so it's just like, forget about it. What happens, you know. Again,
forget about it.
Replenishing because it's one of those toon gags, you know. Causes a bit of problems.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think this might
Tome,
have
it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't.
Well,
forget about it.
the wonderful thing about these characters is, while Jarah is extremely curious, Tarry and Jarah are both British and will not go into it. They're not gonna ask.
Me
They
being
understand.
upper lip.
Me being English, I nod.
Oh, they're just sort of like, oh, well, that's terrible.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Sorry.
It's like, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on.
So are there aberrations here? And the professor just sort of like quickly shakes his head. Not that kind. It's a different sort of phenomenon that they're calling aberration because it's abnormal, not the creature type. And Harry sort of nods. Ah. That's...
As we kind of just... Yeah.
Speaking of creature types, he sort of tilts his head. Are Toons, like, part Fae or something?
Tanguy just
Oh,
blinks,
I
like,
wish.
just jumps up a little, just like, oh my gosh, am I? just like he like he sort of starts glowing a bit, like sparks start flying around and stuff, like very warm little campfire, like.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh.
oh my gosh, do you really think
Aw.
that? Oh my gosh, wow.
The effects...
I don't know if
Amazing,
you should
yeah.
be...
The
I don't think you
Aw.
should like being called Fae. The Fae are actually notoriously tricky to deal with, a lot trickier than Toons.
Well, I'll
Exactly.
say.
That's why it would be easier if we were. At least we'd have more set rules.
Easier. I don't know.
I would argue against that.
Fairies, I'm so upset right now.
I don't think about fairies, Tom.
Okay, so you're not...
Did you just call me Tom?
No, I said Tanguy.
Oh right, it just sounded like you're saying Tome on my
No,
end.
sorry. Sorry,
Uh,
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that was a microphone cutting out.
Yeah, no worries.
Mike's.
I get it.
No, they are not Fae. They have no connection with the Fae wild, so I suppose you could say being sprung forth from the Well of Inspiration is similar, but it's not exact. They don't follow set rules the same way that Fae do. In fact, if you try to have them follow set rules, they are more likely to break them.
Which is very annoying.
He sort of looks at you like, but you're, like...
Yes, I'm a Toon. Yes, I'm annoyed by the fact that we don't have set rules.
Huh.
Tome's a straight man.
Do not curse at me.
Confused look.
Tanguy just filing his nails, just like listening to this whole conversation.
Lyra once again struggling not to laugh too loudly.
He may not have words, but he has the vibes.
No, as it happens, they're classified as humanoids. Oh, alright.
Sorry for the disappointment.
No, not disappointed, just curious. I'm, actually a medical man myself, so I don't know, I like to know such things ahead of time. Makes things, go a bit easier when you're dealing with something a bit unfamiliar.
Tome kind of pauses and makes a face and just goes, "Don't try to understand Toon medicals. Just don't."
Unless you want a
Professor-
challenge.
I would even don't even make it out to be a challenge. It's just a nightmare for anyone who's not a Toon.
You know,
I've
those
heard.
Finnish challenges you're getting, like, sort of with the word searches, you know?
I mean, I think the doctor in the hospital has it handled, but whatever you say, Tome.
Okay, forgive me. The doctor does prove to be a bit of an exception. I just Tome thinking about his own personal medical history in the stroke it would give them.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
Well, it seems a bit
Yeah.
rude to dismiss me out of hand, but if you say it's complicated, then...
It's less dismissing you and more of trying to save you from a nightmare.
Well,
If
it's
you're-
professional curiosity. It's not a
Well, if-
nightmare, it's fun to learn about different things.
Tome is looking at the professor like, "Can I break him? Can I break him?"
He just sort of
Looks at him like-
shrugs, like, go ahead.
Just like, whatever happens here is going to be your responsibility. Are you sure you want me to inflict this on them?
Okay, what was Avi gonna say before I continue the bit, though?
No, I lost it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's
Sorry.
okay.
at the chat.
I was tempted to have Lyra kind of chime in before Tome could like say something to break him, but I don't want to interrupt your bit either unless you're cool with it.
Oh, I'm good with you interrupting the bit.
Yeah, I think Lyra will kind of say like, "Oh, are you a medical professional as well then?"
Medical. Well, I happen to be a surgeon lieutenant with Turek. And before that, I was. Well, no. Sorry, I would say that differently. Hang on.
Take it in, Tome. It's fine.
This is Oatmeal's just taking a few seconds back here. I'm the medical officer at Turek, and before that, I was a sergeant. No, nope. Surgeon lieutenant in the Navy.
Tome is keeping a straight
you're
face. He is
military.
not. He is not making a military comment. He is not making. He is keeping his face very straight and enjoying his coffee, and he is not going to make a military comment.
You see Arata like open his mouth, and then Azumi just quickly shoves his head down before he can say anything. Just hand on top of his head, pushing it down, and Arata's just like.
Meanwhile, Lyra's just trying to carry the conversation while everyone else is just like keeping their mouths shut. She'll just say something like, "Oh wow, that is quite interesting. I believe my father was briefly in the military as well. I was rather young at the time, so I can't recall what rank he was. But it does sound rather interesting."
Tome sipping his coffee more aggressively. Tome voice. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to think about knowing military people.
Let's see. Did she used the past tense, right? For her dad?
Yeah, she said was.
Okay, yeah, no, he wouldn't ask this follow-up, so.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, yeah.
To be fair, was like could also imply like he's still alive but used to be in the military, so it's at least vague enough. So
Oh, okay, then maybe he would.
Oh no.
you want to like flip a coin for it, maybe, or
No, it's very mild. So I'll just Oh, so what's the old chap doing now?
she goes kind of quiet. Well, unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. I'm sorry to say.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, dear. That's my condolences.
She'll nod, and she won't really say any follow-up stuff to that.
Yep.
Tome handed me a line, and I'm like, this would cause so much concern in these people.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
He
boy.
handed me, it's safer to assume the parents are dead while you're in Einquell.
Don't fucking say that!
please
Don't fucking say
Oh my
that!
God.
Tanguy would stare at you in horror! Like it's true in a way, but you don't have to say it like that!
Don't have
Read
to-
the room!
Tome, you're a parent!
He knows. He knows. That's why he's not saying anything.
We're all so
Nobody-
broken here!
It just definitely was a brief thought before he was like, no, we're not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, just because I don't need to speak the quiet part out loud.
Really don't.
He has a filter. Somehow.
Only sometimes.
No, it's good that he has a filter. My boy doesn't.
Which is real of him.
Autism be damned, my boy can no filter.
Oh, I almost forgot. Arata's gonna reach into his bag. And he's just, I made this last night for you guys. You might have to heat it up, but he's gonna pull out a little container of curry.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Ooh, what's that?
I did. It's curry. It's got there is some stuff that you can only find here in Einquell in it, but I have it on record that it's apparently really good.
It's extremely good. It's extremely good. You'll like it.
Oh, you gotta try Arata's curry. It's the best, Angelique will say.
Truly is, actually.
High praise. Well, look forward to it. Perhaps
Don't
we'll have
give
that for
him a
dinner.
swelled head.
Oh, like your ego is any better.
Azumi kind of slowly turns to look at Tome.
Tome looks him dead in the eye. I'm sorry, Zumi. This man's had some therapy. He ain't scared of you anymore.
Well, that's something.
He knows that you won't kill him because of Camille. He knows.
And Tanguy is still just sitting here. Vibing.
Living his
He's
best
just here
life.
for the ride.
I'm trying to think of a question I can ask Tanguy, but my brain is
Oh, that is fair.
yeah. I'm trying.
Feel like to me personally, he is the. It does feel like to me he's the odd one out of the group, but that might not be the case.
I mean, he does sort of like know the professor a bit less than the others, but he
Oh, yeah, fair.
but I think actually part of it is probably I as a player don't know as much about Tanguy to try to think of a question.
Oh, that is absolutely fair. Yeah.
I have a little list to work on. What would they ask about? Oh,
You could ask Tanguy what he does for a living, maybe.
Ooh, true.
yes. No,
Yeah,
I think that'll work.
Okay.
So Tarry turns to Tanguy and says, well, what do you do?
Well, you know, like the freelance work. You know, the boards, I do that stuff. Not saying out the boards, but I do, you know, a little task every now and then, you know. Helps pay the bills, you know.
Oh, mercenary work.
Tome,
Yes!
Tome does snort into his coffee because he knows Tanguy.
Professor just sort of like covers his face with his hands.
I look at Tonguy's character sheet and see he has spy as his background.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not quite, but
More adventuring, Tarry. Oh,
yeah,
all right.
much more the adventuring type, you know.
Ah, okay.
You're gonna have to pay me extra if I'm going to have to do some mercenary work, and I have a child and a husband.
And, well,
What's up, Miss Ring?
Can I insight?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this.
yes, you can.
I've been reading this whole time. I have been
Can we-
sitting here.
He's inciting Tarry.
Okay, boy. Oh boy.
Because Tarry is Terry's from the 70s.
Can we all roll?
You can. You could also go off your previous insight if it was good. If not, you're welcome to reroll.
I'll give it a shot.
I'm still going to. Well, that one wasn't as good. I'm going off the 18.
All right.
Me punching the air in joy.
Kyra, come on, girl.
Lyra's just receiving, but not inciting.
And another 20, nat 20 from Angelique.
Okay.
Angelique's on our game today.
Angelique is
For
lit,
real.
like,
I mean,
on
I guess
top
it makes
of
sense because the mirror system's kind of nervous about meeting someone, so Angelique's just like on point, like.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone clocking the homophobia.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's not one of us, is he?
Well, the thing is, and I've already said this about the character in character talk. He's closeted. So
Oh,
but the society he comes from is homophobic. So
Yes. Oh, I've been waiting for that.
so yes. Let's see. Tome, Angelique.
and I started this.
Azumi, Arata. Oh, it was bound to happen. Don't worry. There are so many gays in this group. And anyone who rolled above a 15 previously who hasn't re-rolled, you do notice Tarry sort of stumble over that part. You know, he's gone on to talk, you know, say something, you know, some like nice small talk and whatnot, but like that did seem to sort of catch him off guard, and his expression was of kind of surprise and like, kind of confusion, and, like, he glanced, like, at Tanguy's skirt, and, like, he's confused, and kind of confused why everybody else is acting like it's nothing. He's, yeah, but he's, like, powering through it with the power of, politeness and small talk.
Too bad, because Tome...
Ah, yes, English repression.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the way we like it.
oh, it looks like we got an egg to crack. Wait, no, that's for trans. Fuck.
Wow. Tome kind of pauses,
Don't block
and
it open a little. It's fine.
there's a brief contemplation of like, is this because Tanguy... No, Tanguy's old enough to have a child. Then, oh. You guys can... I'm using the insights from before. Everyone except for Angelique can just see the way Tome's eyes light up slightly.
Everyone except Angelique. Angelique got a nat 20.
Not Angelique, Lyra.
And Lyra missed it.
Thank
The
you.
gay pride, the gay pride flag starts like over.
Flying in the background.
Superimposed over it.
It's like
Queen starts playing in the distance.
yeah.
Tome just kind of like raises an eyebrow. Do you not have gay people where you're from?
Well, certainly we do.
Oh my gosh, he's repressed. Oh no.
Don't say that out loud.
Sorry, I'm redacting this. Why did he say this?
Okay.
Okay, good.
We do, I suppose.
Is it not normal?
He
Tome's like leaning forward slightly.
he sort of like flaps his mouth for a second, and then like, no.
Ah, well, here in Einquell, it is perfectly normal and accepted. I myself have had my collection of boyfriends over the past couple months.
He's trying so hard to be polite, but he is extremely, like, taken aback.
Tome would
I
pause
could
and,
imagine
and be
this
like,
long.
don't worry, I'm messing with you. Well, about me having multiple boyfriends. I haven't actually officially dated before, but I'm not messing around about it being quite normal and accepted here.
I was going to say, I thought you actually did have multiple boyfriends.
No, I have not ever actually officially dated anyone.
Ah,
I was about to say that was a bold-faced lie.
Ah,
I see. Well, that's different. Good to know. I'm sorry if I came across as rude.
Mostly I am just here. It's fine.
don't worry, you didn't come across as rude as much as surprised, and that's why I was curious.
Mm.
But yes,
Lyra will chime in. Oh,
you go.
sorry. Can I
You
go?
go.
Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lyra like, well, in fairness, it's not always accepted in certain parts of the world. I mean, in Strios, it's not very common in either. It's not outlawed or anything, just uncommon.
Which is a shame, because men are quite handsome.
Not as handsome as my boyfriend!
Hang on. Oh, well, it's fine. It's fine.
Is everybody?
That was a Western save to Sorry?
Tarry just like takes a second and like looks around the group like, is everybody here batting for the other team?
Lyra like shyly raises her hand. I'm fairly certain I'm only attracted to men, so I don't believe so. And Angelique just kind of shrugs, like, don't really think about that kind of stuff, so I don't really know yet.
Oh, okay.
Angelique, who's only like a little over a year old.
Yeah.
Arata's like,
fair.
Arata's like, nah, I bat for every team. Azumi bats for 2. And like, Azumi swats him.
Blink, blink.
Tanguy has... Go on, Kit.
You go.
Oh, right. Sorry. Spec. I thought it was good because good thing I lit up. I think Tanguy just like there was a moment where Tanguy was like, "What do you mean by for the other team?" But then he realized, oh, that's probably like a thing for like, oh, are you like gay or something? So he's like,
Yeah.
I thought for multiple teams. Sips the tea again.
I prefer the other team.
He just sort of gives you all like a sort of like sort of furrowed brows, like not so much like confusion as much as like you're mangling the expression now. Like
I'm so sorry, Terry.
What am I supposed to say?
Oh well, well, you see a bit of everything, I suppose, when you travel.
What about you? Do you?
No, no. I'm he avoids saying the word normal.
Is he?
Kid Lyra
Is
chimed in
he?
to like kind of save him.
Get the insight
You're quite
rolls
right.
ready, people.
He just sort of like puts his hands out like I know the Navy has a reputation, but no, I've only had girlfriends.
Ah, a shame. You're
So
quite handsome.
far. I'm just messing.
I was gonna say Lyra is
Dang.
like that. This might be a bit of a personal question for polite conversation, Tome.
Ah, I was just shooting my shot. Let me live.
Terry is he kind of just like was like thank you and like swallows, like he's not sure what to do with Tome. Like
Just like sweating.
yeah.
Don't worry. I will not flirt with you.
Appreciate it.
I'm a respectable man, albeit Professor would probably argue that.
I would also like to argue that on the basis that almost every personal conversation you've had with the professor, you have come out of it with the impression that, by giving us the impression that you two have been flirting.
It is not on purpose. I cannot help. He is so perfecto motions at Professor.
So what? So what, Tom? So what?
So. Ugh.
I'm extremely magnetic.
No, you're
Never
not.
say that again, actually.
That is nowhere near the
help
phrase
at
I was
all.
going for.
Making it sound like you're in love with him, but you don't actually know it yet.
Tome trying his hardest not to be like, I promise we're siblings, but he's not gonna do that.
No,
I don't know if Tanguy knows about Tome and
Oh, I doubt
Professor
it.
Beast.
He probably doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't, so that's why he's like, yeah.
I was gonna say, meanwhile, Lyra's just like covering her face because, like, oh god, her uncle and her parental figure are being like so embarrassing right now.
Professor is just grinning, like, no, Tome and I have, got into some interesting situations, but we are not intimate.
Do not word it like that, Professor.
He is having a laugh at your expense.
Azumi kind of like does that like clear his throat and says a word at the same time kind of thing. He does like handcuffs.
Do not. Tome turns a deep shade of red.
Tanguy just stands up from the table and just goes outside for a little bit and just gets the first hand. It's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it.
Jarah,
He'll be
Lyra's
back
just
in a
like
bit.
speaking through her hands, like, could we possibly change the subject, please?
you have Jarah's attention, I'll say that.
Hello?
But the
Was
professor
a
takes...
criminal case.
But the professor takes pity on both Tarry and Angelique and Aurelia, and I think also Tanguy.
Tanguy just looking in through the window, just like
He steers the conversation into something else, which I have yet to think of. Oh, oh, you go ahead, if you have an idea.
So, have you been traveling with the professor for a long time?
I have. Several years now. I've only met the professor, this past year.
Well, he is quite a lot, isn't he?
I'll say.
Has he done anything quite stupid that you had to get him out of?
How well do you know him? Because that's, I don't know why you should have to ask that question at all.
I have to ask because I was hoping he at least knew how to pretend to be normal.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Professor does give Tarry a swat.
Meanwhile,
just
Tome
think
is
that
just over here like,
Tony's back in now, and he's like, oh boy, okay, now we're in a conversation that I can not really participate in, but I can listen to again. Great, back to my seat.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
No,
Tome
he's-
just kind of smiles.
He's always getting into trouble.
So he's just as horrible no matter where he goes. Got it.
I'd say so. Come on. At least on Darth, the trouble usually came to me.
Yeah. You're worse than like Camille.
Oh.
Does he say that out loud? I need to know.
that was Arata.
Yes, no, I would actually for once agree, which is quite impressive, I'll admit.
I don't know if I can argue with that.
You've gotten into enough nonsense that I kind of just expect it with you now.
You do seem to be kind of a magnet for trouble, that's for sure.
Yes, he seems to be.
It was a heart attack on multiple occasions.
Oh, so many at this point. I should start filing you for my heart bills.
Medical bills?
Professor sort of gives him like a look, like raised eyebrows, like, bruh, I worked on your heart. Like, you wanna go into this? I don't think you wanna go into this.
Tome giving him the confrontational look like the only thing stronger than my dislike of telling people about me is my fucking spite.
Oh. If we want to like change the subject,
Save
we were
them.
talking about what we did for livings. I think the only people who answered were Tarry and Tanguy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they kind of know what the detectives do, but the others.
Yeah. So, what about the rest of you? What do you do for a living? That is.
Oh, I'm.
You want to go, Abby, or?
Yeah, I'm a barista and chef over in Toontown.
Oh, very nice.
Quite a good barista, I'll admit.
Yeah, Tome only drinks instant black coffee, and it causes me pain.
It tastes good and it's cheap.
He personally does this to torment me.
What are your insides made of? You can only drink instant coffee.
No,
Tome
something to be said for it
resisting-
being cheap and convenient.
Exactly.
Oh no, there's two of them.
Professor like rubs his forehead. Tome, you may remember that Professor got his bad coffee originally from Darth.
Can Tome connect the dots?
Yeah, he can connect the dots.
Tome's eyes light up a little bit. Oh, do you also understand that it can taste quite good?
Oh, well, it's fine, especially if you spruce it up with a bit of whiskey.
Whiskey.
Tome kind of like raises an eyebrow. I hadn't thought of that.
Honey walks out again.
Lyra,
That
Lyra
just
looking away and
crazy
sipping her tea
about-
at the mention of alcohol.
like Arata, even just like that, like wine was in character. Just like, why would you do this to me?
Just pacing about outside, just like muttering to himself, "Oh, I never understand those coffee drinkers. Why would you do it with my?"
I
Despite
think
my
Angelique's just like
trophy,
making a face at this, like, that'd be so bitter though. Ugh.
that's the good part.
Terry sort of gives a sort of sympathetic expression to Arata, like, sorry, old chap, but you sort of have to be a bit conservative with materials in the military.
No, I get it, but I'm a barista.
Yes, I can understand the professional frustration.
Don't worry, Arata. You'll be able to serve them coffee at some point, very likely. And
I'd like that.
you see, look, now's all good, and now you can stop dying.
Yeah, this does mean you
Smells all
are
good.
you are obligated to drop by the last one in. Whenever you come by Toontown.
Everything's so wonderfully named here.
And that one's owned by a real kind.
Last one in? No,
No.
it's
Oh, it
not.
isn't? I thought he
No.
was a real kind.
Owner is not a real kind.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Thank you for correcting me. Genuine.
Oh, you're probably like mistaking it for Legree. Legree's all the way in Yeto.
Okay, that's what I was mistaking it for. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Alright, you're a barista. Who are we missing out of character?
Lyra hasn't gone yet, so I can go.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah. If they ask her, she'll be like, well, currently I've been in a bit of a transitionary period since I moved here last year. Currently I'm doing a bit of independent study, but once things settle down a bit, I am hoping to go to college somewhere locally. Haven't quite decided on my major yet. I'm a little interested in music and something musical based, but I'm still debating.
Oh, how nice.
Indeed, a couple of my other friends who are also looking to go to college in soonish are also into music, so it could be nice to go through a program together with them. At least then I'd have a couple of people I know there.
Yes, that sounds nice. That sounds very sweet. I wish you luck with your independent studies.
Yes, thank you.
Holds them, baby.
I'm really welcome.
Azumi has like this like small smile of pride.
Aww.
Aww.
Heck yeah.
Everyone at Lyra, look at you. You're a baby. We're so proud of you, baby.
Oh.
Everyone's so freaking hyped about this baby.
Meanwhile, the folks who know her situation know like just how much she's leaving out about the quote-unquote
Oh.
transitionary period she's in.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, for
But they're not
real.
going to say anything.
100%.
Obviously not, but just a little funny to me.
It is.
Jarah, not to leave anybody out, especially a girl, turns to Angelique and asks, "Are you doing anything professionally?"
Not really. I mean, mostly just looking out for this one. She kind of pats the side of Lyra's head.
Mm-hmm.
I think she kind of like turns to Lyra and says, "Does patron count as a profession?" And Lyra thinks for a moment and is like, "Sort of. I mean,
Patron?
in a way, it does."
You, oh. She sort of like, her eyebrows furrow and she tilts her head, 'cause like, if she expected any of these to be the patron of the other, it would be the the larger girl to the smaller girl.
Yeah.
So she's a little confused, and she's probably thinking of patron as in like money support.
That's so funny.
God.
Like,
I'm sorry.
she's like connecting the wrong dots. Like, oh, she's going into the arts and music, and she's helping pay for it. Okay, it's she.
This is genuinely the
Even
fun.
even though Angelique just said that she doesn't really have a job outside of being a patron.
Well, patron isn't.
Oh, of course, yeah. I just find it funny that
Yeah.
that's the conclusion she came.
No, absolutely. I mean, if anything, she's thinking like you came from money. You're very small and you have wings, but maybe you're maybe you're old money. Who knows?
You're very small. You have wings. You have money. It's all
Jarah
good.
is so close. This is the thing.
Exactly. That's what's killing me.
I mean, technically, she is in the sense that she is part of Mirror Systems family,
Yes.
and thus like has their money,
Right.
which is old money, certainly. Oh my goodness.
This is so chaotic. I love it.
The professor is just sitting here not correcting anybody. Like.
He's the worst. I love him.
Oh. Oh man. Do we it has been 2 hours. Do we want to take a short break?
I'm good either way. I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I think I'm
People
going to
need to get water or something.
Yeah, I'm going to call 5 minutes just so I can grab some drinks.
Okay.
All
I
right.
will go
Sounds
get some
good.
water myself.
So, let's see. 5 after the hour is when we'll reconvene.
Isn't it
It's
already...
4:09 my time.
Yeah, it's
So
already
maybe
9
at
after the
15
hour
past,
for
like
me.
quarter past.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's
It's 9 past right now. So
yeah, it's 9 past right now.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. So then that would be, quarter past. That would be quarter past. Okay.
at quarter past.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, no,
No.
sorry. Math did wrong.
Yeah,
No,
no
you're
worries.
so valid. I was more worried about your time traveling.
All right, I'll be back in a bit. Hello, I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
I'm back.
Hello.
I've been working on Art Fight Rush this whole time.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm drawing the OG tome.
Very nice.
Oh, Liam.
Liam.
Hello.
Yee. I have a character called Liam Pikashir, who I like to jokingly call the OG Tome,
Oh.
because a lot of the tropes that Tome is known for, I first played around with Liam.
Oh, okay.
And part of the reason I don't play Liam is because all his spoons went to Tome. So I like to jokingly go, yes, the OG Tome, because list of things. Warlock. While Tome struggles with the background character thing, Liam's entire thing is about being the pro tag and what that stands for. Reluctantly adopts kids due to trauma.
Yes.
Yes. Old man who does not look his age. Has really specialized magic. I can think of more. He's the guy who runs the theater I have. That I really want to do more with at some point. I should consider running something about that in AI. I think things would go. Things would go.
Are we all back now?
Yeah, I'm back.
So
I believe so.
Very nice. Okay. Jarah, after the sort of conversation lulls for a moment, Jarah sort of leans forward with a grin. I noticed nobody asked what I do for a living.
Well.
Oh, my apologies. What do you do for a living, Miss Smythe?
I happen to be an investigative journalist. I happen...
Now.
Yes. I happen to work with Tarry, and when they allow it and something is not too classified, I report on the strange happenings.
Oh, you will quite enjoy it here at Villestown then.
Good.
Azumi handing me multiple things, and it's just you can't say that. You can't say
can't
that
say
either.
You can't. Gosh, if that isn't the muse mood.
Tanguy is just sitting here, still with the tea. Zippy sip.
Real of him.
Oh, I used to know an investigative journalist. Well, I still know her, but...
Hmm. Do you have her contact?
Yeah, she's in Yedo, though.
You said that was a different continent.
Different country, but yeah, it's on the other side of the planet.
Ah, I see.
Are there any particular stories from your work that you can share, possibly? I'm sure you must have quite a few interesting ones.
Oh,
Tony
boy.
nods.
Well, when I met the professor, I was
Oh no.
I was actually posing as my aunt. She's a virologist. In order to get into a science conference. I was following the suspicious players around, and well, they almost caught me. I had to hide in this convenient box. Well, it was a very strange box. She sort of looks at the professor, who's just grinning. And when I came out of it, I was somewhere different. Very different.
Oh, so he kidnapped you. Got it.
Not on purpose.
Am I really going to have to do? Am I really having nothing to do here except for sipping my down tea every time?
That's just the professor for you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Sips the tea again.
Yes, well, he
That
managed
is
to...
what it is. Eh.
Yes, we had to deal with, dinosaurs and tonsarans at the same time. That was interesting.
Glyra's eyes widened a bit, like, you got to see real dinosaurs?
Yes, I did.
Goodness, I've only ever read about those in books. That's incredible.
Oh, same until then.
Professor's been polymorphed into a dinosaur once. He was in Einquell.
No. She sort of, like,
Sorry, I
looks.
missed this. What was this about?
I did briefly... yes, I did. I was briefly polymorphed into a dinosaur. I was fighting a dragon. And,
Can you stop saying nonsense words at me, please?
Tarry sort of, like, gives him a look, like, a dragon?
Not the only dragon he's fought.
Yeah, I know, right?
Not the only dragon he's fought. Where are you finding dragons? I thought they were
There's
extinct. They're not extinct here, Tarry.
Yes, exactly.
Either way, you'd be surprised with what the professor is able to find. Or not, since you already know it, but...
I wouldn't be. He would.
Actually, can I roll an intelligence for Lyra to kind of put some things together because of the mention of dinosaurs being extinct on Dearth?
Yeah, if you like.
Yeah. Aw, man.
Hold you. Hold her.
Dang.
Lyra's not doing well on inside roll stay, is she?
He really isn't, yeah. So, well, we're like that. She's probably just gonna assume, like, oh, they probably teleported to, like, some other place that does have dinosaurs in that time period. She doesn't know about the other thing the Ellipsis can do.
Yeah, that she is kind of purposely being a bit obtuse. In fact, her and Tarry are very used to that because they work with Turek. And they have to keep everything hush-hush.
Yeah. I think that's the other reason why Lyra hasn't been asking about too many of their adventures, because, I mean, well, she knows where Prof is, like, from, so
Right.
she knows that, like, he doesn't want to tell that, not necessarily everyone at this table knows that, so.
Yeah, she knows he's secretive about lots of things.
Exactly.
I love how Tanguy doesn't know so many things.
He doesn't know
Yeah, he knows
chat.
even less than the girls.
He doesn't know, chat.
Like he doesn't know chat timer goes up. Counter, I mean.
What's the most embarrassing thing you lot have seen the professor do? And the professor just sort of like pushes her head down. Stop.
Tome doing his
think
best
anything.
to answer that doesn't like risk leading into like backstory or angst.
Because a lot of
Yeah.
them do.
True.
Tome was gonna be like, I've seen him ugly cry, but he was like, wait a minute.
That's mean.
That might be alarming.
two-
Yeah,
The
well,
two
that's kind
times-
of okay.
Well,
Not quite sure if this counts as embarrassing, but well, the first time I met him, he I believe he broke into the hospital I was staying at. She kind of looks at Azumi for confirmation.
Walked
he did
in.
break into. It's not so much that he broke in as much as he snuck in and got involved with the case without being invited, and rather than shooing him off like I should have, wait, it look. I told the doctor that he was with me.
I had
Oh,
hired
you
Azumi
do
for
care.
a case, but while I was explaining the details of it to him and one of his associates, the professor was wandering around the room with a box with a little light on it that beeped wherever he went. It was rather odd, to say the least.
Well, that does sound like him.
I know Dr. I was rather confused when that was all going on.
Have you ever seen this man try to stay on bed rest?
Oh goodness.
Actually,
Oh dear, yes.
they actually like look at each other like, yes, we have.
It's impossible. He whines the entire time.
You think he's a toddler.
He really is quite difficult. The professor's just like sliding down in his seat, like pouting.
My point has
Sounds
been
like
proven.
your
Time we had
case,
to
bro.
we had to keep one of the cats on his lap just to get him to stay still.
Oh, there's an idea.
It doesn't always work, but
You get enough of us to look at him sadly, and he'll stay.
No, I think once or twice I had to sit on him myself. The man is completely oblivious to any sort of
I need you to understand, Oatmeal. I am being so strong.
any sort of connotation that might draw from
Arata just kind of like bites down on his lip to prevent himself from just bursting out in laughter.
Tome's sipping his coffee. He's sipping his coffee.
Meanwhile, I think Lyra just laughs because, like, in her mind, she's just imagining like Professor flopped on the floor
Yeah.
and Tarry just like sitting on his back or something.
which is probably more accurate than what he
yeah,
the words he said.
yeah.
Being so strong, gang.
Well, at least I'm glad glad the old boys were covered from when something happens when he was with us, and well, it seems like he's a lot better now.
He is. And Tome does have an affectionate smile when he says that.
Indeed, and we're all certainly glad that he's doing okay. And Lyra also gives like kind of a very like affectionate smile.
Yeah, despite all his protesting.
So much protesting.
Professor sticks his tongue out a little bit, like I recovered from that years ago.
Sitting there.
What about you guys? What's the most embarrassing thing you've seen Professor do?
Well,
Really nothing. I've only met him like one time before this, and like,
You're learning a lot here, Tanguy. It's gonna be fine.
oh boy, I am.
I suppose I
Yeah.
didn't make too much of a fool of myself when I met Tanguy, at least.
He certainly didn't. He just stirs his tea.
Oh, it's only a matter of time.
Stirs his tea furiously. Just. Oh boy, wasn't it time for him?
Let's see. I'm trying to find what. Let's see. Because I actually had a note on this. Jarah taps her chin for a moment before thinking. Well, a long time ago, he tried to hypnotize the maestro, terrible person, awful fiend. That was
Don't make a face.
a big mistake. The maestro, you see, is very good at hypnotization. Turned it around on him, made him undress and try to kiss the colonel. And the professor, pushes her away.
Toby's gonna actually choke on his coffee at that one. No deception roll, no saving him. He is choking.
So Tarry
Yeah,
looks...
I think Lyra's probably in a similar state, definitely, blushing, like quite a bit.
No, seriously, what
Poor
the
dear
fuck are you
has that
talking
image in her
about?
head.
Tarry looks scandalized. He hasn't heard this.
I always knew you were a flirt, Professor. But
That's... I was being charmed.
Charms. Ugh.
Oh, wait, I think Angelique kind of mutters like, yeah, and I bet the colonel was too.
Oi. No, that man is not interested in me. Oh well.
With a title like the colonel.
yeah.
What was that?
I mean, with a title like the colonel.
Yeah. Yes, we have certainly we certainly butt heads. Tarry sort of thinks for a moment. He says, well, I suppose I probably have fewer stories than Miss Smythe, but well, let's see. When I first met the professor, he tied me up with a jump rope and stuffed me in a cupboard. I was trying to check his health. And
I need you to go.
do you know what he did after I was out of the way? He raises his eyebrows.
What did he do?
What did he do?
Went and got himself a concussion squaring up against a giant robot. That's what.
Lyra
Yeah.
just looks at him and sighs. Professor.
Azumi
Sounds like him.
Then whatever happened that other time, I don't want to talk
Say again?
about. I mean,
You
still
cut
better than
out.
that one time, the hypnosis and all sips.
Azumi,
This is my new action for the day. It's the
Azumi,
sipping.
picks up his coffee again, and he looks over to the professor, and he just goes, "You always make such amazing first impressions."
I suppose.
You go. I need you to understand, when you said tied him up and shoved him in a cupboard, Tome in my head, correction, not even Tome, me, because I have the knowledge when the joke writes itself.
Yep.
We're having fun here.
I'm having a blast. Tome's having
The
fun.
professor is, but we sure are.
I'm professor, and by extension me. I'm trying to think of embarrassing stories the professor could tell about the other two in retaliation, but I'm having a moment because that's three of my characters, and
Real of you.
I mean, for Azumi, there are his various cooking mishaps.
Oh yes, no, for the other characters that's a little easier, but like Professor was specifically like for my characters it's a bit of a recursive.
Oh, about like your guys.
It's a bit of a
Okay.
recursive thought loop, and I'm getting nowhere.
Right.
Real of you.
So Professor just like, well, Tome once claimed that he dated a Yeti.
It was not a Yeti. It was Mothman. And we did date-ish. It was complicated.
I thought you said you never actually officially dated.
Yes, that's why I said it's not official. Tome, you've met the thief. Just because I've never officially dated doesn't mean yes.
But both of my girls making a face at the mention of the thief.
Mm-hmm. Tarry actually sort of like nods his head sympathetically, like, the Eternal Bachelor.
That I am. And though Tome will pause and be like, do not tell the thief I said that. If he finds out, his ego will never end and I will die.
Angelique muttering like, I didn't think that was possible with his ego. Ugh.
I think it would be funny if you told him.
If you told him, I will never forgive you.
Oh, believe me, I won't be speaking of it.
It's not you I'm worried about. Tome looking at the professor directly.
He just sort of like rolls his eyes like, I'm not going to get you into trouble with him.
Good.
You're in enough trouble with him as it stands.
Shut up.
Tanguy just sitting there. I have no idea what these people are talking about, but oh boy, I love real life Cocomelon words, play, shapes.
Y'all are doing some Cocomelon shit to Tanguy.
Yes, my real life Cocomelon. Real life conversation.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have anything else along those lines.
Real.
You embarrass another one of the other characters.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what kind of stuff. What kind of... I can't remember the embarrassing bit. Do you have anything? Because I can't. I'm having trouble actually like thinking of moments where the professor has seen the others embarrassed.
Right. I mean, I'm trying to. I haven't watched that era a ton, but like, has Jarah ever like gotten herself into trouble by like I know she kind of.
I meant the other. That, like... I meant the other like players at the table, like the other.
Oh yeah, we did mention the cooking mishap, so I don't know if Prof would bring that up.
He might. It seems a little tame to him.
Lamau.
I have blanked on all of Azumi's games. Like, give me a second and I try to look through them.
Yeah, no, that's the same. I'm having the same problem.
I mean, wasn't like one of Prof's early games the whole clown car incident?
I mean,
that's true, but that's not embarrassing for Arata, is the thing.
Yeah, like, Arata still looks back on it fondly. It technically wasn't Professor's fault.
Right.
Let's see.
I mean, we are starting to come up on time, so...
Oh yeah, no, we can probably wrap it up soon.
Yeah.
Just
We've ran out of things to talk about.
Yeah, the only thing I have is Tome can and still would inflict the psychic damage of medical 2 knowledge upon him out of spite.
Well, no, Azumi had a panic attack in that one.
Oh, we had some antics in Wild Daisy Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, I think, Professor will tilt his head, and say, I think Azumi had to fight a lawn chair?
Don't.
Was the lawn chair also
An
sentient?
animated lawn chair? I think
It was
was.
cursed.
Yeah.
It was.
Dinga, 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 dinga.
Oh no, it wasn't sentient, because that would have been an issue because of what the...
It was cursed. It was the lawn chair of hate, and it wasn't the only thing I was worried about at that time. You can understand my frustration.
The lawn chair of hate. The Tarry
This
is
is a
very
lawn
amused.
chair of all things.
That's a very good question. It
See, the
takes...
thing is, I don't remember if it was like a tune item or.
I don't remember either. Yeah, no, I don't remember. It could have gone either way. Who would waste that sort of energy on a lawn chair? Why would you bother to curse? Goodness.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, you get enough.
I mean, at least curse like an armchair or something.
Well, you get a mage bored enough, they'll curse anything.
Oh, goodness. Well, good thing we don't have too many of those.
Tome, pausing. Welcome to Einquell.
What? He just sort of gives him a blank look.
Oh, George. There's plenty of those here.
I see.
Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
He's so, like, looks like mildly concerned.
Tome sighs. All joking and wait, you go.
No, you keep going.
All joking and teasing aside, you get used to it quite fast, and it is actually enjoyable. You'll make a lot of friends this way, and you'll get to know a lot of people, and get to bond with them.
Does that
How-
have to do with this?
Oh, because he was talking about like the chaos of Einquell.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's... Oh, okay. Okay, they misunderstood each other then, because Tarry is still kind of confused.
Okay, then Tome won't say that because I don't want to cause more confusion.
Okay.
Okay.
You remember what we were talking about earlier about the plot?
Yes?
Kind of like that. Everything happens in Einquell so much. We have a lot of mages here too.
Yes, because of how much happens here, we tend to have a lot more powerful people sometimes.
Oh dear. Oh no, is it like that Zalcor place? And the professor is like, it's not quite like that.
No, it's not.
It's...
I...
You go on.
I'm gonna show you. You're quite awake, actually.
Well, alright. He sort of, like, concedes that he had been thinking about it. Well, at least you lot are friendlier than those other tentacle beasts.
Yes, no, it's...
Let's do it first.
You'll find most of Einquell to be quite friendly.
Yes, I think most people... Professor, like, I think most people are more friendly than the Dreaming Dark.
It's probably not a very high bar to clear with a name like that.
No.
Well, as chaotic as Einquell can be, I can certainly vouch for its people being some of the kindest and most welcoming that I've ever met. So
Yes.
I think the both of you will just hear quite well given enough time.
Well, that's good to hear.
Can you cut out for a little bit on my end? What was that?
Oh, no, Lyra was just saying how, like, even though Einquell's pretty chaotic, like, she can vouch for the people who live here being, like, really nice and welcoming.
Okay.
Jarah sort of turns to the professor, like, so you actually have brought us somewhere nice for once.
Tome snorts.
I think everybody at the table would laugh at that.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about this professor man today. I love it.
Oh, to be Tanguy, sipping his tea and learning things against his will.
For real.
Just sitting there,
Oh, to
letting
have
it
that
wash all
ignorant
over him.
bliss.
If there's more magic here, is that why your cat can talk?
No, he can only talk
Sorry, what?
because of different reasons. It's complicated.
Alright, take your word for it.
Right. I don't remember if you've ever mentioned what the criteria for that is or not, because, actually, I was going to ask, because, like, the demi-plane that, the gang went to in, the campaign I ran, that wouldn't count as, it has to be Dalcor specifically,
I'm afraid
right?
not, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, that's what I figured, so yeah, the girls can't hear, Genie, and they'll say as much, like, well, I know, for example, I can't, hear him.
What?
I can't remember.
Tome can't hear him.
I'm
Tome
like post
can't
the Overblock game, right?
Not post Overblock, post Night Terror.
Ah, thank you.
Camille's Night Terror.
Thank you.
Yeah, because Overblot was its own kind of thing, too, so.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I was like, I know he can hear the cat talk. I just can't remember where from.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then Tarry actually, like, after sort of like a beat, he turns to he turns quickly to Jeannie, like, I'm so very sorry, I've been talking about you without talking to you.
It happens. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
No mow.
Going to
I
be
think-
getting used to.
Well, I'm unforgettable that way. He just kind of preens a little bit.
I suppose so. First, talking cat I've ever met.
Yeah, I'm one of a kind. You just see Arata just kind of like put his hand on Jeannie's head, and he's just like, "Don't do that."
No mow.
Well, unless somebody has something else, I think I am going to try to wrap it up here.
We can save the breaking them for an FPS.
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have plenty of individual conversations with people later. I think this is a very good first meeting and a very good first impression.
Yippee!
So
Yay!
thank you all for participating.
Thank you for hosting.
Yes.
Yeah, this is fun.
I'm glad. I'm glad. So that will do it for us then for this FPS. Thank you all for participating, and thank our future listeners for listening. We will bid you all a good time zone. Goodbye.
Yay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yay.